Next, we're headed to New Jersey,
Nice to see you.
where seniors are helping seniors age in place. Upstairs at an old church in Hackensack, New Jersey, the phone lines are always busy.
Looks great, awesome. So let's get you booked down for that.
We can do that. Have you used CHORE before?
So it's just the plumbing that we're going to be looking at?
This is the office of the nonprofit Bergen County Volunteer Center, where elderly members of the community turn for help.
A good day is when we can answer every phone call. That would be a good day.
CHORE sends small crews out across the community for handyman repairs around the house. More than half the volunteers are seniors themselves, like 82-year-old Ed Morandi.
I visited a senior center, and I found that I was too young for the senior center. But on the way out, I stopped at the bulletin board, and there was a flyer pertaining to CHORE. And I called, and I guess you could say the rest is history. 14 years ago, I walked in the door, and I'm still here. You walked into someone's home, you performed a job, and you left satisfied that you did something.
Ed and his crew head out for their first call of the day to Ruby's home.
Hi, fellas.
Good morning, CHORE service.
Nice to see you.
Ruby is 87 years old and calls CHORE for help around the house a few times a year.
Here we go. This one goes onto that.
Okay.
CHORE helps facilitate the idea of aging in place, meaning we age in our own homes for as long as possible instead of moving to an assisted living facility. But it often requires support, like modifications to the home. If it's too hard to climb the stairs, for example, or a grab bar near the shower to cut down on the risk of a fall.
Aging in place here in Bergen County is a fascinating and really challenging experience. We are a community of 70 municipalities, and most people live in single-family homes. There is the sort of ray of sunshine that these volunteers bring to the clients. They are the eyes and ears of the community often. For a large county that's very spread out, that's so important because it would be easy for people to be isolated and more vulnerable, and for us to miss it as a community.
It's very clear when you don't have a support network around you that sometimes very small things become very big things.
Oh, it's a great relief getting things done on time and well. I really appreciate them.
If you travel around the world and look at other countries, in many societies as you get older, you're more respected.
Yes.
Your judgment in Japan, for example, it's one of the reasons they think people tend to live longer there. Mm-hmm. They have that sense of purpose, value. Mm-hmm. What about that part of it in the United States from your perspective? What do you see?
That's a huge challenge, and not only the way we think about older people, but the way we engage them in communities. And that probably is a direct result of the way we think of them. So anytime older people are volunteering or working for pay, they have this improvement in their own health-related quality of life and their own health outcomes. One of the challenges about aging in the U.S., and actually anywhere, is that ultimately you require the support of other people around you. And so when people are not engaged in their community, you don't have these outlets for that usual social interaction, those kinds of encounters, and opportunities to do things like volunteer or help other people.
Last year, CHORE made 1,400 home visits in the community. While the main focus is, of course, on the people being helped, there's an additional benefit here as well. The volunteers themselves, many of them seniors too, have found a renewed purpose and a community all their own.
It's not something that you have to do. I look forward to it. Because for me, the alternative would be sitting at home, and that's not acceptable.
Well, when you talk about, senior citizen volunteers, they are bringing wisdom, right? A wealth of experience. So many of our volunteers come year after year, week after week. It is their second act, and they wouldn't give it up for anything.
The second act, something we should all strive for as we age. In addition to the social benefits, the CHORE program helps its volunteers stay physically active several times a week.